Beyond being a fan, I believe we can go all the way.
Really?
Yeah, I believe the Lakers can go as far as Bron take them, and as far as AD's health taking. You know what I mean, I believe if Bron and AD is out there, I don't think it. I don't think it'd be too. I don't think Russ could hurt the. You gotta remember, it ain't like Bron and AD was out there.
Right.
It's not. We weighing it from what happened.
Right.
You know how Russ was playing or whatever. But he didn't do that while Bron and AD was out there. It wasn't like he was doing Bron and AD out there getting 30 and 30 a night and he just, that wasn't happening. Let's see that happen. And then we got Pat Bev.
Okay, what are the odds those two guys make it through unscathed? I mean, do you trust AD and LeBron? I mean,
make it through?
History would tell you they're going to miss 20 or 30 games each.
I trust Bron. I'm not sure about AD and his health. I trust Bron.
You trust AD's motor?
That's what I said.
Yeah?
You mean, do you want to play or not?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I do.
I ain't seen enough of it. I saw a guy that was hungry his first year here.
First year.
Because he wanted to show everybody this is the AD I am.
And I think he's at that point now. I'm sorry.
I
I
hope
to cut you off. I think that's where he at.
I hope so. I hope so. But look, I think healthy. I think this team can contend. I just don't believe they can win a championship with Russ because Russ is unwilling to accept his role. Russ is no longer the number one option. He's the third option who thinks he should be a number one option, and he approaches the game that way. And when you have role players, you have a role. Everybody, no matter the corporation, everybody has a role. You have a CEO, a president, a VP, a CFO, a this, HR. Everybody plays a role. Well, the janitor can't be the CEO. What? You do what you do. You hire a drummer. All of a sudden, he say, hey, let your boy get on this track. No, I need you to play the drum. That's all I need you to do. Russ, I need you to do this role. I don't need you to be the number one scoring option anymore. And he has to understand that. And that is the problem. And when you've been doing something for so long,
it's hard.
It's hard. A lead singer, it's hard for him to be back up.
He's a solo act of a stat machine, and all he cares is about his stats. He doesn't care about the W's and the L's. It's the way he was raised in this game in Oklahoma City by a GM who picked him a diamond in the rough and spoiled him rotten to the detriment of losing Kevin Durant. He featured Russell Westbrook. He was the star of that franchise, not KD, which is why KD walked all the way to Golden State. Mm-hmm. And Russ slowly but surely got exposed, but it took him going to Washington and playing in the shadows and getting to do his triple-double act. And obviously in Houston, he was still basically in the shadow of James Harden, but he got to do his act.
Right.
And then he comes to the biggest stage and his dream stage to play starting point guard for his Los Angeles Lakers, and he just flat out got exposed. And his head is hard, and he's not going to change. You can't teach the older dog new tricks.
Right.
And yet, now Jeannie has commissioned Darvin Ham, the new sheriff in town, to try to teach the old dog new tricks. And he's just going to bark right back at you. Right. He's going to bite is what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. And I love Patrick Beverley. I love everything about you. You know him some, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I just love I love what he's made of. He is a better player. Shannon doesn't agree with this, but he's a better player right now than Russell Westbrook.
What happened?
He just is. He just is. He's a 38% three-point shooter. Russell Westbrook is the single worst three-point shooter in all of basketball.
I'll get all that, Skip.
Okay, but you're living in the past if you think he's better than Patrick right now. Well, Patrick should play 30 minutes a game and you'll be better. They should send Russ home. I've been telling you this from the start. If you're not, he's untradeable, send him home. Give him his money and pat him on the head and say, thank you very much, see you later.
It's bad out of his mind.
Okay, but he's not going to coexist with Pat because Pat's going to get his minutes. He's going to take his minutes.
But, Skip, you make it seem like Pat Bev's going to play like 35 minutes a night. He should be getting about 25 minutes a night, Skip.
30-ish is fine.
30?
He should be the starter. LeBron is the point guard. I don't care what you say. He's still the best passer in basketball. Let him bring the ball. The worst thing that happened last year is Bron would get the opening tip, and he would hike it. He'd hike it to Russ, as in, I bless you. You're a made man. I bless you. Now you run the show, young man.
We need Anthony Davis that first year and the Anthony Davis that was in the bubble. Mm-hmm. Now, we get that guy, we might be on to something. But the West, you got the Warriors, the Suns, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, the Clippers, and the Nuggets. I didn't mention the Lakers yet. So that's what
You
you're
should
up
have
against.
mentioned the Clippers first.
I ain't mentioned no Clippers.
Yeah.
First of all.
Everybody's picking them. And I told you, I first guessed it. They're coming.
I have an idea of something that no one's throwing out there. What if Russ and Pat Bev click? What if they click? Period. What if they click? What if they?
Okay, do you want them starting together? Is that what you're saying?
If it works.
Because
Whoa,
Darvin Ham.
whoa. Nephew. Why would I put two guys on the court together that can't shoot? That's what we had last year.
Pat Bev, I don't know about that. Can't shoot with Pat. Pat Bev, man. Pat Bev, you kind of could rely on his shot.
No, you can't.
You can. You can.
It's okay.
It's okay. We ain't looking for you to do 10, 15 shots, but you can rely.
You know what? Pat Bev will make big late shots.
And big
he
shots
will.
too.
He will.
Big shots,
He'll take them and he'll make them.
That's the last thing. He ain't scared of the shot.
We in Beverly Hills. You talk about Patrick Beverley making shots. You talking about Russ making shots? Russ shot 30%.
I ain't say Russ making no shots. I said what if they click.
That's what he is.
I said what if they click. I ain't say Russ making no shots. I said what if they click.
Pat Bev is, he understands his role. I don't believe he's the defensive player that he once was. He's an irritant now. He gonna annoy people, get on people's nerves.
Nah, his numbers still like you still like got the probably top 5 as far as defensive players getting the points allowed on him and stuff like that.
Man, look,
I swear, look it up.
Pat Bev be out there flopping. But look, I just need Russ to understand his role. He's the third option. AD, Bron, AD. If he understands his role, does that, the Lakers are going to be fine. But look here, the West ain't getting easier. Jamal Murray coming back to the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic is legit.
Pat Bev gonna lock Murray up.
You know what I love
You
about
got to swing
Wayne?
at Laporte before you came back. You had to win.
You know what he does? He does exactly what I do with my Dallas Cowboys. You just go straight delusional. That's what I do.
So you admitted it, so he finally admitted. That's all I wanted him to do. Appreciate that. You already know.
I'm delusional. All right.
I mean, you got one thing working for you this year.
LeBron.
LeBron's going to pass Kareem. That's it. That's what you're going to win, quote unquote.
No.
That's going to be your glory night.
We already got cases on top 4 seeds.
Boy. Oh, now we're we.
Yeah, the Lakers. Oh, out in LeBron. Oh, right.
Read over all those contenders again and tell me top 4.
Warriors, Suns, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Clippers, Nuggets. Hey,
Top 4? You lost again.
The Suns ain't got a player better than Bron.
Paper, Skip.
The Lakers don't. I mean, the Suns don't have a player better than Bron. The Grizzlies don't. The Clippers don't.
He's 43 years old.
I don't care if he's 63 and dropping 38 and 6.
He says 43.
Drop 38 and 6.
Yeah. He's in the lab. Is he working on his three-point shot?
In the lab.
Yeah. What lab? Is he getting
You do-
For what
blood
it's
work or
worth,
what?
gentlemen,
Works on everything.
the latest
Post up.
NBA power rankings have the Warriors first and the Lakers ninth. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.